back.
Welcome to this week's episode of the DMC. So today's topic, or conversation rather, is body esteem and body positivity, body shaming. So all things body. The reason I think this topic is I don't know, I feel like it's personal to everyone, is because everyone has felt it in some kind of way, whether it was deliberate, whether it was extreme, especially in cases where you have a body that's different from the majority. So for me, growing up, when I was younger, I had a bit of a bigger booty than other kids. I don't think it was much body shaming, but it was always pointed out when I was in school.
That would be the one thing that also I hate it when the one thing
that's how you
describe you is when in astronaut's whole.
Exactly. So to a degree, at some point, it got annoying, but at the same time, when I was with my sister, I wasn't the girl with the big butt anymore.
Her way is bigger.
Homegirl got that African curve.
She got that trailer situation.
Hey. So, and I feel like it was the same for her. Wherever she was the one, she was always CD with the big booty. I remember it did get to a point where she worked out and she jogged and she lost a lot of weight, and then people did make her feel, well, I didn't like it when everyone saw her and they were like, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight, and the first question, oh sharp. I don't like that for me, and I know I think I'm a bit of a protective mama bear when it comes to my sister, so I just wanted to punch somebody if they said that. But so I think for me it's something that we've all gone through.
I have had my beard growing up. I've always been light skinned, right? And I feel like when I was growing up I was worse. So
because never clothes, I know how we talk on Mary. Then you know Vaseline all the way.
All the way. So I was like a super yellow bone, you know. So people would call me names, and then I didn't mind that, right? But I got annoyed when they start calling me an albino. And then they started making fun of me, and then they'd call me that, and then I used to, at some point, I would cry and then go back to my mom, and then I'm like, and then she would say to me, but there's nothing wrong with that. But I'll be like, no, I don't want them. I want them to stop calling me that. But as I grew up and I started being comfortable with who I am, and then I was like, okay, what's wrong with being an albino?
There's really nothing wrong. It's just, I think the whole
people made it look like it was a bad thing.
Yeah, it's like
because they were saying it in a very mocking way. So I was like, okay, so if I'm being an albino,
if being an albino is a bad thing, and you guys are calling
and then they're calling me that, it means now everywhere I go, I look funny.
Exactly. So, and I think that's the other thing, that when people make it a social standard for this to be bad, or for this to be correct, or for this to be ugly, or for this to be beautiful, it hits home. Because now with you, when you're a kid and someone is like, oh, let's have it, it's like, but I don't want to be the thing that everyone is laughing at.
I like when they were saying it in a very, oh my gosh,
you're the prettiest albino
I've
ever seen.
So awesome. Yo guys, I'm an albino, you know, but the fact that they were saying it in a mocking way used to make me feel so crappy. And then every time I looked at myself in a mirror, I'll be like, God, please, can you just give me a darker skin? Just a little bit. Just
make me caramel.
You know, I'll be okay. But now I feel like I'm okay.
You're fine with your light skin.
I believe a lot of people are not.
I know. I have a relative who is very light skinned as well, and he was made fun of in boarding school. He was made fun of by a lot of people growing up, and because of that, I realized that it's made him very conscious about his skin. And also, a lot of African people have this thing where they disrespect the presence of a light-skinned man. I don't I personally, I really don't agree with that, and I don't like it. Not because my honey light, but I feel like it's unfair to judge someone on the color of their skin because it's this thing, man, of being black, and being black is beautiful. Being black is multiple shades of black. Being black is multiple shapes of black. Like, black people are just, we're beautiful, man.
Beautiful,
like, there's so many different types of black that she can be this light and I'm this dark, and we are both black.
And we're both very beautiful,
right? And we're both very African in our own right. So I don't like the fact that light skinness is always associated with femininity and dark skinness is always associated with masculinity, and therefore if you're a light skinned man, you're more feminine than most, and you're weaker than most.
Because I remember this, I don't know why I'm laughing. I remember I was on Facebook, right, and then I saw this meme. They're like, so there's like two guys, right, and then they're wearing lingerie. And then like they're wearing lingerie, like they're chilling but in their lingerie. And then caption was like, this is how light skinned niggas chill. So imagine a light skinned person
who already has self-esteem
exactly
issues.
And then he sees that, what's that gonna make him?
That's why you get men that have this toxic masculinity where they need to always emphasize that I'm a man and you need to respect me as a man.
Listen to me as a man. Now that's when I think most of the time we got guys that hate girls.
Yeah,
because
he
they
has
don't
something
feel
to prove.
Exactly, they got something to prove. They don't feel like they're men enough because of the society. Now they go into their relationships, they want to make their girls feel like I'm here.
You gotta listen.
You gotta listen.
That's why you have these
Yeah.
patriarchal, disrespectful men. So here's the thing: not only are you bullying someone and destroying their lives, you are raising a social terrorist. That's the thing that I need people to understand. When you make fun of someone because of something that they can't inherently change without going under the knife or something.
When you make fun of somebody's skin color, that's fucked up, because now
what am I gonna do?
You're saying to them, go bleach for a dark person.
Skin, yeah, you just say go bleach your skin.
And then for a light skin person, you're saying, girl,
just go cook yourself
under
the sun.
Exactly,
that's ever alive.
You're never gonna be beautiful according to social standards, and that is fucked up.
That's why
killing us inside.
That's why you get women that wear darker shades of makeup, and then she has makeup on, and all of a sudden she's my skin color, and I'm just like, girl, what's these? When did these happen?
Also, as I'm gonna take this and switch it a little bit and point it to celebrities. Girls that are growing up, they look up to the celebrities, right? And then they follow them everywhere. And then today, the celebrity is chocolate, and then tomorrow they look like me, and then the next day they're like completely white. So for a young girl growing up, looking up to this celebrity, and they are dark skinned, she's like, okay, I want to look exactly like her. So I'm not beautiful if I'm dark skinned or I'm chocolate. That means socially I'm not beautiful enough, and therefore I need to skin up myself just like her, because I want to look exactly like her.
I think for me, what you're saying, and what I am agreeing with, is that there's not enough representation of all types of people when it comes to celebrities, to a point where there is only one social standard of beauty according to what you're looking at. It's the same growing up. A beautiful woman was a woman with a slimmer body, a woman with a completely flat stomach, and just the perfect a size 2 even. But that was what a beautiful woman was. She was the perfect lady, and she was slim, and she could fit into, one of those dresses that expose everything without having her tummy show or anything. And to me, just being a big butt girl, I didn't fit into that category. And when you grow up in an African society, your big butt is beautiful. The bigger the booty, the better the girl.
Exactly.
So now you have that where your family is constantly telling you, oh yeah, girl, you gorgeous, you know, when you gain a little weight and you have that
even batswadi would get so happy if you come back home and you've gained weight.
They're just like, yes,
Yes.
you know. So you basically look good in traditional attire. So that's basically, they put that in your mind and you feel like, okay, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous. And then you watch TV, and then Western standards tell you something completely different. And they're like, hey, no. And everyone that's famous has a smaller booty. Everyone that's famous is tinier. All the beautiful clothes are for tiny women, and all the the one thing I struggled with growing up, I could never find the right type of G, because me, I grew up when bootlegs was still a thing. So that was the worst time for me, because I'd have jeans that fit my butt, but they don't fit my waist, and I'm short.
Oh.
So that was a very horrible combination, because the bottom of my jeans would always have to be cut, or I'd always be stepping on them, and they'd always be like rugged or whatever, just because my combination of human was not social standards combination, and they didn't cater. They didn't have your Fashion Novas that have jeans for a big booty girl and a small, like a girl with a small waist and a big booty. They didn't have that. So for me, my jeans were always huge. Like, there was always a giant gap in between my waist and the jean, and then they'd be snug in the bum and just long. Like, they were just long.
So every time you buy jeans, you needed to take them somewhere else.
That's extra money for my mother, guys. And then skinny jeans became a thing, and I was like, thank God. But then still, I'd have like skinny jeans that were just long in the leg, but it's fine, you know, you can shrug that up a little. And then you have jeans your size, and then on me they're like they.
Yeah, but then now it's shifted.
And now social standards have shifted from the perfect woman being the tiny woman to being the woman with the big butt. But now my problem, or not even my problem, I don't know, something that irks me a little about that is the perfect woman is the woman with the big booty but small thighs,
small legs. They're like, okay, what kind of a figure is this?
Not even
where there's like a booty is this big and then the thighs this small.
Because listen, I understand there's some women that have that body shape, but I don't want to say that's not normal, because what is normal? It's not. It doesn't happen all the time.
It's not a popular thing. We don't see it a lot.
Yeah, so now I'm here with my big butt and my big thighs, and you're telling me that what's nice is just the big butt without the big thighs. What am I supposed to do with my thighs?
Now they're telling me, okay, go under the knife.
Because there's certain things, honest, it's like, I love to work out, and she loves to work out, but we have different types of bodies. So our fitness is gonna come in very different. So when you have an Instagram fitness model, or when the only popular Instagram fitness models are the girls with the big thighs, and you know, the strong, gorgeous thighs and whatnot, and then you start thinking, if I go to gym, because this is the other, I think, kind of, they never really say it, but they hint it.
They hint it. They never really say it.
If you go to gym and you do enough squats and you do enough lunges and pick up enough weights, then you will gain some thigh and some booty. And you go to gym for all of 3 years and nothing is happening.
And then you feel like you felt yourself.
Or you go to gym and you have a different type of body and you fit differently from someone else. And that in itself, I think, also causes a lot of self-esteem issues for girls and for guys as well. Because the one thing that I've realized that no one ever talks about is body shaming in the case of men. And we are so quick to body shame men and to pretend.
And I feel like we're always so quick to laugh. We actually just joke about it, and it's a serious thing, because I mean, think about a short guy. Short guy are constantly made fun of.
That's true.
I go onto Facebook, on Twitter, they're constantly being made fun of, And have you ever taken a moment and just be in their shoes and like, how does this person feel? Because we always just joke around it.
We're actually talking to someone who says they feel like if most guys had the chance, they would add a centimeter to their height. Just because, also I was thinking about it, in most cases with almost every girl, and I think all girls, man, that I've ever asked, what's your type if you think you have a type? The first thing that they always say, I want a tall guy. So my thing is, what happens to the guys that aren't tall? My other thing is, I'm not really a tall girl. So imagine if, okay, I'm not a tall girl at all. I can't say I'm not really. I'm short, okay? Like I am below average height short. And if every single guy said they wanted a tall girl, how would that make me feel?
Then you'd feel crappy because you'd be like, okay, so I'm not wanted.
Again, that's where we associate height with masculinity and femininity, because the taller you are, the more masculine you are. And that's why sometimes you have extremely tall girls that can't find anyone to date, because no one wants to date the normally tall girl.
Ooh, like that girl.
I have a friend that is really, really tall, and she's beautiful, and she has a gorgeous body.
Does she find it hard to get a guy?
Okay, I have two friends that are tall. One does. I don't think it's necessarily her height, but I know her height plays a big role in it. And then my other friend, she always, I think subconsciously, needs to find the tallest guy in the room to date, because that's the only guy that's going to be comfortable with dating her.
What does she feel about dating shorter guys?
It's not a complete no, but it's not a yes. And I understand where she's coming from, because you give a shorter guy a chance and you date a shorter guy and he starts feeling less masculine when you're in public, and he starts feeling like less of a man, and he starts acting like a jerk. So I feel like it gets to a point where she needs to find men that are taller than her, but at the same time, it's very rare that she will find a man that is taller than her, because she's really tall. So what do you do in that case? Do you not date at all? Do you only date the tall guys because the love of your life might be shorter?
That is when now guys need to be comfortable in who they are, because like you're saying, shorter guys have this thing that, you know what, I need to prove that I'm man, even though I'm short.
That's where you get people that have what's called the Napoleon complex. Because you remember, Napoleon was a really small man, and he became a terrorist of a man because he needed to prove his man.
So my thing is, if they didn't feel like they needed to prove anything, we'd see couples where a girl is that tall and the guy is this short, and then they just
and no one would be laughing.
Exactly.
I think the problem with us
also,
is also the reaction. It's body shaming. What am I gonna do with my shortness? Because here's the thing, guys. If I have a small booty, I can get silicone implants. If I have small boobs, I can change that. If I'm dark skinned, I can change that.
But with height,
there is really nothing that I know that can.
Unless you're gonna go around as a guy wearing heels, but you still see that you're short.
Yeah, you still a short man in heels, which you see that. Which that's my thing. That I think, to a degree, when it comes to bodies, there's never any winning. The reason being that we are so busy trying to prove that ours is beautiful and ours is the social standard of beauty, that instead of creating a situation where everyone is beautiful, everyone is perfect, everyone is who they should be, we're always trying to say, oh no, it's been light skinned girls have always been beautiful, but what about the dark girls? And then it's like, ooh, melanin goddess, whatnot.
What about the
and my beautiful light skinned girl here can't be a melanin goddess because she's light skinned, but she wants to be a goddess.
And I'm out here catching feelings. I'm like, guys, but I'm right here. I'm so beautiful.
I want to be a. It's like, for instance, when we graduate next year.
Yes, guys, we graduate next year.
She's the only light skinned girl in our crew. What happens if someone wants to say melanin magic? You know,
what does that say about me?
I mean, you do have more melanin than the average white person.
Yeah, but still, I'm in a group of.
Yeah, so when someone says melanin whatnot in our group, it doesn't really include
that
you.
excludes me.
That leaves her out in the open, where now she's gonna have to say light-skinned girls are gorgeous and whatnot and whatnot. If we just form or just come, I don't even know the right English word, where everyone is beautiful, where
there are no standards, there are no social standards.
Yeah,
like
and
everybody's
if we
just
had
beautiful. Whether you black, you skinny, you put it up, you.
And my thing is, everyone is beautiful in their own light, and also sometimes beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like,
and also if I feel like I'm beautiful, don't tell me otherwise.
exactly.
That's when we should just be like, yo, whether you're gonna laugh or whether you're gonna mock me, that is you.
That's you.
Don't include me in your whatever. That is, I'm okay with
That's you.
what I am and who I am. And also, I believe people now should start doing things just because they want to do things, not because they've been mocked or they've been.
So if I decide I'm gonna go under the knife and cut whatever piece of fat off
that
my
should
body,
be entirely on
up
you.
to me.
On
it
you,
should
not
be something
because,
that I want, not because you
exactly.
guys have made me feel so fat or so skinny or so dark or so short that I have to now go under the knife and have surgery, whatever kind of cosmetic surgery, just because I need to feel like a part of society. It's one of I think Maslow's hierarchy of needs. One of them is the need to belong. And that is,
and we should never feel that need to belong. If like the certain group of whatever, like ideologies or and I don't feel like I belong there, I shouldn't be
forced to belong there.
I should have just because my friends or people around me believe I should be there. If I don't feel like I should be there, take a back seat. Do you, be you. Pressure, we should not allow pressure to make us do what we don't believe in. I'll tell you a little story. I wrote this on my Facebook the other day. I've never been a big girl. I've always been slim, but now the problem was I was slim but I didn't have the slimmest tummy. So every time I'd get naked, I'd look at my tummy, I'm like, why don't I have a flat tummy? Because I'm skinny. So that would make me feel so uncomfortable every time I undress, you know. And I always knew that I wasn't happy with it until one day I was browsing through my timeline on Facebook, and then this one guy wrote, I'm gonna paraphrase because I can't remember
word
from
for
word.
word.
Yeah. So he was like, that hit home. He was probably just joking, but it hit home. Not in a bad way, though, because not in a bad way for me, because it was already something that I knew I needed to change. But that would have been different for somebody else who felt like, I think I'm sexy.
But it also would have been different for someone that was insecure about it.
Exactly.
Now you see, you saw it as something that you wanted to change, and you had the power to change.
I was making plans to start changing it. It's just that I kept postponing.
Someone could have seen it as something that they loved about their body. You know, it's a little bit of something to hold on to. And someone could have seen it as something that they are absolutely insecure about. And when you beat up on someone's insecurity, you just squash their self-esteem. And I think people don't get how powerful that is. When you break someone emotionally, it's very, very hard to fix it. And it leaves us with a lot of broken people that are bleeding on people that didn't cut them. It's just
so that I'm trying to go to a point where we were saying you should do something because you wanna do it. That statement, it triggered me to stand up, but it was what I really wanted to do. That is when I was like, I'm not gonna wait another day to go join gym. I'm not gonna wait another day to start eating clean. But I didn't do it because I felt like I was being pressurized.
You did it because you wanted
I did it because I wanted to. And there was some sort of wake up call. Like, you know, that thing that you've always wanted
It was
to
kind
do.
of
Now
like
it's time to
it was
do
kind
it.
of like an external motivation for you.
Exactly. It was motivation. So, exactly, motivation. That made me move. Like, I needed to do this. So, my question was gonna be, is there a body shaming that is good body shaming?
No, there is never any kind of thing that's called good
Good
body shaming at all.
Because my thing, I don't know what that is, because okay, fine,
here's my thing. It hit you differently because of your own situation. It doesn't mean what he did was right. It was wrong. He doesn't have the right to shame anyone's body no matter what. That kind of motivation could have been given to you by me coming to you and saying, friend, you have always said there's something you want to do about your stomach, but you're not doing anything. When are you joining the gym? You could have gotten the same kind of motivation from kinder words than someone. I could have posted on Facebook.
Okay, so are you saying is the way he said it?
Yeah, what he was
on
saying,
that platform.
It's the way he said it, the platform that he said it, and which right did he have to judge women's bodies when he is a man? What does he know about women's bodies? Because you have women whose stomachs won't go down. Some women, it's because they've had children. Some people, it's because it's the way their bodies are shaped. Some, it's different situations. Who are you as a man to speak on something that you know nothing about?
Because I mean, imagine now I start saying, okay, guys, with no six packs, how do you live with your life with that six pack?
It's like this theory where people say if girls with lesser skin elasticity, so girls whose bodies move a little more or shake a little more,
and then they say,
yeah, see, they've been doing this and they've been doing that.
And we were discussing this the other day.
At the gym, we were discussing this at the gym because there was a girl who has that kind of body and abs. You can't call her fat because she is fit for days.
And she trains somebody. Like
that girl
is fit for days.
She's the epitome of fitness, but looks nothing like the fitness models that you've ever seen. She looks like no one else at the gym. She looks like what her body looks like when it's fit. Now she's gonna walk around town, and then some guy's just gonna be like, "I went out to see."
That is so wrong, guys. We should stop body shaming, because what you just said to me just opened my eyes. Like there's nothing as
there's
saying
no such thing as
body shaming, good body shaming.
No.
Because yeah, it might have been motivation to me, but imagine somebody who's reading that and then they've always been insecure
about them.
Out
of 300 or 5,000 of his Facebook friends, you were probably the only one that received it in a positive way because of what was going on in your life
and because of what direction I was planning to take.
And think about it like this: had he said it a year or two earlier, it wasn't gonna affect you that way.
It was not.
It was gonna shame you.
Like, okay,
it was gonna make
guy,
you
wait, Brika, who do you think you are?
Exactly.
Talking to us like that. Like, that tone is not good tone.
It's like how it's like how women sometimes have gotten to the point where they think it's okay to shame men because of the size of their penises. What do you know about the size of it? And I'm sorry, it's just you can't make fun of something that you don't understand.
Something that's not part of you, right?
And that's where also conversations about women saying things like men can't have that much of a right to speak on whether abortion should be legal or illegal. I get that, but we should also get the point here. You cannot, for the life of you, make it okay as a woman to shame a man based on the size of his penis. He can't change that.
He can't change
he was born with it.
Like you said, what do you know about penis sizes? Because you don't have a penis.
It's just like how I don't get how men think they have a right to judge your coochie when a man is gonna tell you your coochie that or your vagina is this or your vagina is
and
that.
And they know nothing about what a vagina should look like.
Because they don't have no vaginas.
They don't have it.
Unless you're a gynecologist and giving me health advice based on my vagina, please don't tell me.
No, we should just stop with this body shaming, guys.
I really don't care
a lot of people get depressed just because they've been
of body
body
shaming.
shamed.
That's where you might say the wrong thing to someone who's suffering from body dysmorphia, and you just make it worse.
And
you might say something.
Oh, gosh.
You might call an anorexic person skinny, and that's not gonna sit well with them. Hi guys. So we were talking about how what you say, sorry, might affect someone negatively, because I just feel like we need to be kind to one another. You don't know what the next person is going through, and you don't know if your words might be what tip them off the edge. So just be kind to one another. Honestly, be kind. If I have a type of, I don't know, preference when it comes to who I'm attracted to, that's on me. I shouldn't make the next person feel bad because they don't meet the standards of what, or not even they don't meet the standards, because they're not what I prefer. Because my thing is, we all have the right to be attracted to the person that we like. I wish we could all just look at the heart before we look at the physical thing.
But honestly, we all have those physical attributes that's like, I can.
And if they're no for you, you can't make that I can't say, I don't like you because I don't like tall guys, and then make you feel bad
about being tall.
Just be like, what am I gonna do with a strip?
That is your preference, your problem. Do not drag them in
it's
your
on
whatever.
You.
It's on you.
It's not
Deal
on
with
the
it
next
alone.
person.
Do not make him or her feel guilt about.
And I think that's the problem. We leave a trail of broken hearts in our rejection, because now this person feels like, okay, so she didn't like me because I'm tall. So the next girl's not gonna like me because I'm tall, because the last 3 girls didn't like me because I'm tall. So there must be something wrong with the fact that I'm tall.
It's the same thing with how girls think they should put other girls down just because they feel or believe that for you to be beautiful, you should look exactly how I look. Okay, I might feel
if
that
you can't see it, I'm rolling my eyes.
I might feel like, or for me, being sexy is having abs, having thick, muscled thighs, but I cannot
bring down another girl.
A girl that has like a not so slim tummy. She's still beautiful. I shouldn't make her feel otherwise.
And curvy baby girl probably got her own stream of men pining over her.
Can we just choose words when we address certain things, address people?
Because also, let's say if you are worried about someone because they're gaining weight in a way that is unhealthy, there is a way to put that. You don't have to say, girl, you fat. Or
why are you wearing this? Because
it's not for your body.
Not for your body.
Hey girl, what do you know with your skinny self? What's for the curvy people?
Exactly. Same thing as I told you one time that I was telling my other friend, like, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that to other people.
You don't know what's going to happen to your body.
Exactly. You don't know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow morning and you've gained weight and you look funny. If that's gonna be funny, why do you keep reminding this person that they are fat, they're gaining weight? Stop it. It brings them down. That's not being kind.
If you're worried about them, bring it to
also them. Also, my thing was, you already know that she is very insecure about her body. Why do you keep reminding her that she's fat? Why don't you say to her, maybe if you feel like you're fat, maybe you should eat this and that. Yeah, in a very good way.
Yeah, I'll just ask her, okay, so you feel like you're fat. Are you unhappy with your body? Yes and yes. Then my advice is eat healthier, exercise, and do this. Because you're right. Gaining a certain amount of weight might not be healthy for your body.
Not say,
oh, you fat.
Exactly. Also, do not say you're not gonna be attractive if you're fat. Just say it's not good for your health. Not you're not gonna be attractive. Who said you're beautiful?
To who? Wait, sorry, girl. Am I gonna be attractive to who?
To who?
To you or to me?
Who said you're perfect?
Who said you're perfect with your stick thin self?
Exactly.
What if I said that to someone who said, but now, you gain weight, your booty too fat, you ain't hot. How would that person feel if I said, hey, what do you know with your stick thin self? So I feel like the one thing that I will constantly emphasize is be kind. Watch your mouth.
select words and select them carefully.
Exactly. I'm not saying that
With
do
a
not
kind heart.
love.
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 Let's care for one another.
If you
Let's care
cannot
for one
say
another.
things out of love to people, don't say things. The lack of love in this world is what is ruining our world.
Also, before you can say anything, just put yourself in their shoes and then say, how would I feel if somebody was to say this to me?
Also, what right do you have? What right do you have? If I feel like I'm confident enough to tell Vicky that whatever trash is gonna come out of my mouth when I'm body shaming someone, what gives me the right to say that? Who am I?
Who are you in my life to dictate how I should look, to dictate what I should do with my life?
Who am I in this world to dictate anything and to tell people that this, my dear, is beauty? And you are not this.
See, we're like this. This is you, and this is what I want you. This is what I want you to look like.
My other thing is, what happens if what you prefer me looking like is not what I want, and it's not what makes me feel beautiful? So in conclusion, be kind to one another.
I'm just gonna say, like, guys,
also, men have feelings too.
Can we nurse one another, guys? Can we look beyond just physical attributes? There's a whole lot more than
you might fall in love with that light-skinned guy.
Exactly. There's a whole lot more than the looks. We should just look beyond that. Be kind to one another. Know that what works for you doesn't work for the next person,
and that's okay.
And that's okay. Absolutely.
And that is positively okay. Also, I hate it when people do this thing where they just tiptoe around you. That just makes it worse. When people are just like, oh, I don't want to be mean about your weight because you're just making
you are mean. Worse. You are being mean. But the fact that you say don't want to be mean, you are already mean because you know that what you're saying could.
It means you are thinking mean thoughts.
It means you know exactly that what you're saying could take me down. And
yeah. So guys, I think in conclusion, for me, it's also men have feelings too. Whatever it is that you say to a guy, just because you assume that this is what a man should be like. I feel like a lot of things where people force this to be masculine, and that's where you get men that end up being or having toxic masculinity, because he constantly needs to prove the point that I'm a man too, and I'm strong too, and I am this too. So be careful, because what the things that you say, you end up raising terrorists, emotional terrorists.
Hurt
people.
Exactly. People are hurt outside here,
and so they're hurting other people.
Exactly. We need to go
heal.
We need to heal them. If I'm making sense, we need to heal them by making sure that they are comfortable.
I feel like firstly you need to heal yourself, and if you have healed yourself and you have gone through the journey of self-healing, you need to help the next person heal. And I feel like unhealed people cause more unhealed people. So
and it's just gonna be a circle of unhealed and hurt people who are constantly gonna hurt.
And then you start normalizing that. It's normal for you to make fun of a man's shortness. It's normal for you to make fun of how dark a man is.
That is not a matter we should be laughing about. It's not funny at all.
It's not funny.
You're really hurting somebody else's feelings, and you're hurting them bad. They're never gonna look at themselves the same way ever again. And stop it.
Your preference, guys. It's your preference. If I have a thing for short guys, I have a thing for short guys. If I have a thing for
impose it on everybody.
If I have a thing for tall guys, I have a thing for tall guys. If that is your cup of tea, drink it in silence.
Alone. Drink it alone. Okay, guys. That is our note, and on that note, we're saying thank you for tuning in, and do not forget to subscribe and share. We'll meet again next week.
Definitely.
And next week we're getting hotter and better. So guys, stay tuned. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.
Bye.